In life, we all have choices in everything that we do. Our choices will not always be popular with everyone and may not be right or wrong, ethically, legally, or in the eyes of God. As far as legally right and wrong, just because something is legal does not necessarily make it ethically and morally right. There have been many things throughout our history that have been legal for one reason or another, yet being legal has not made them right. I strongly believe that abortion is one of these things. The abortion debate has been one for the ages. The biggest debate in the abortion controversy usually revolves around the question of when life begins. According to verywell.com, many believe that life begins when a baby is at the age of viability outside of the womb. They go on to state that to others, life begins from conception or upon the time in which the heart starts beating, which is around the 21st embryonic day. Another big debate in the decision between pro-life and pro-choice is the way of the abortion. There are those that argue that abortion should be only performed in the event that the mother's life is in danger. Those that argue that abortion should be performed whenever a woman chooses because they debate the my body, my choice argument. Those that agree that abortion in the case of rape or incest, and there are those that say an abortion should never be performed. Statistically speaking, abortions performed for any reason other than choice is less than 2%. For whatever reason a woman chooses to end the life of her child, there are some dire consequences and repercussions. According to CERTL.org, it has been discovered that there are many emotional aspects that can affect the psychological well-being of women who undergo an abortion. These emotions include guilty feelings, anxiety, depression, loss of anger, and even suicide. Clinical research has found that when women are in trusting, sharing relationships, they report deep-seated feelings of exploitation over their abortion experience. They also report of the many psychological effects that an abortion can have on a woman. They list things such as future miscarriages, infertility, and ectopic pregnancies, and even breast cancer. The poor choice of abortion does not only affect the woman and her well-being. Many times abortion has a grave effect on the men that were the father of the preborn child. According to Pro-Life Info on the web, men experience grief, sadness, anger, and rage. They may develop issues with their masculinity due to the inability to protect their offspring. They may get enveloped in alcohol or drug abuse, engage in the risk-taking behaviors, have suicidal ideations, and may start to feel the need to abuse or batter their spouse due to the fact that the decision to abort was not his. Therefore, the choice to abort not only is a poor choice in the life of a woman that chooses to do so, it also becomes a poor choice that has an effect on others around her. Roe v. Wade, which was the law passed that made abortions legal as of January 22nd, 1973, was a poor choice in and of itself. In the United States, everyone has the right to have equal rights, and for all intents and purposes, Roe v. Wade allowed the woman's rights to supersede the rights of the unborn child, as well as the rights of the man that created the child with her. Roe v. Wade became a landmark law that will always be filled with controversy. Roe v. Wade was overturned in June of 2022 by the U.S. Supreme Court, which returned the issue of abortion back to the states to decide the legalities. There are times when poor choices only affect the person making the choices. There are also times, like when a woman chooses to abort that child, that the decision affects many people. We all were given freedom of choice. It is our God-given right to make decisions of our own, whether they be good choices or whether they be poor choices that could have determination effects. However, the freedom to choose does not excuse us from the consequences of our decisions, which can be life-altering. Abortion is not a life-altering choice for a woman, the man involved, and possibly the families of both the man and the woman. But abortion is a life-ending choice for the developing baby that cannot be undone if and when regrets arise. Abortion, whether legal or illegal, moral or immoral, ethical or unethical, ends a heartbeat. Therefore, abortion is murder and does not give a life a chance to make a difference.